Have you ever wondered why some people face challenges that seem impossible to overcome? Why do some lives seem to be filled with trials while others move smoothly? Could it be because they are chosen for something greater, a higher purpose? What if the obstacles you faced in life weren't random? What if they were a sign that you are among God's chosen ones, handpicked for a journey that leads to transformation and enlightenment? Today, we're not just going to talk about the Bible. No, this is much deeper than that. This is about you, your life, your struggles, your purpose, and the divine secrets hidden within Scripture that could help you overcome life's greatest challenges. This isn't just another video. It's a message meant for you. Maybe you've felt lost. Maybe you've questioned why life has been so hard at times. What if I told you those struggles might be the very proof that you are chosen by God for something extraordinary? The lessons we'll uncover today are not just ancient words from a holy book. They are timeless truths meant to transform your life and guide you through every trial, every storm, and every doubt. If you've ever felt like the challenges you face are too much to bear, but deep down, you know there's a reason for them, you're in the right place. This video is for you. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll uncover 5 biblical secrets that could change how you face life's challenges forever. Together, we'll unlock the wisdom of Scripture and discover how these lessons can lead you to a life of strength, purpose, and unwavering faith. For many are called, but few are chosen. Matthew 22:14. This verse from the Bible holds a profound mystery that resonates deeply with every soul seeking meaning in their struggles. What does it truly mean to be chosen? Does it mean a life free from trials and hardship? Or could it mean that those who are chosen are actually entrusted with greater challenges, greater responsibilities, and ultimately a greater purpose? Think about it. Why do some people seem to face impossible trials while others walk seemingly easier paths? Could it be that God is preparing them, molding them, and equipping them for something extraordinary? This is what it means to be one of God's chosen ones. It's not about privilege. It's about faith, perseverance, and the willingness to trust Him through life's storms. You might be here watching this video today and not even realize yet that you are among those chosen. But think about your life. Reflect on the challenges you faced, the moments that seemed unbearable, and the times when you felt like giving up. Those moments weren't random. They were part of a divine plan to shape you, refine you, and prepare you for the greater purpose God has in store. The fact that you are here now, seeking answers and searching for truth, is no coincidence. It's a calling. Many of us face moments when life's challenges feel overwhelming. Maybe it's the weight of responsibility, the sting of betrayal, or the pain of loss. These trials can make us question everything: our faith, our purpose, and even God's presence in our lives. But here's the truth that few realize. Life's greatest challenges are often the greatest opportunities for personal transformation. They are not meant to break you. They are designed to build you into the person you were destined to become. Think of the people in the Bible: Abraham, Moses, Joseph, Job. Each of them faced monumental struggles that seemed impossible to overcome. Yet, through their trials, they discovered their purpose. They found strength in their faith, and they emerged as the leaders and visionaries God had called them to be. Their stories remind us that the challenges we face today are not signs of God's absence, but proof of His presence in our lives, guiding us towards something greater. Take a moment to consider your own life. What are you struggling with right now? What obstacles feel insurmountable? Could it be that God is using these very challenges to transform you, to prepare you for something beyond what you can see today? This journey of transformation is not one you have to face alone. Together, we'll uncover 5 divine secrets from the Bible that will help you not only navigate life's toughest moments, but thrive through them. These lessons have the power to change the way you see your struggles and unlock a strength within you that you never knew existed. Before we dive deeper, let me invite you to take part in this journey with us. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join this community of people who, just like you, are seeking God's truth and strength in their lives. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What challenges are you facing right now? By sharing, you might inspire someone else to keep going. Let's support one another, because none of us are walking this path alone. The answers you've been searching for might be just ahead. Stay with me, because these 5 biblical secrets have the potential to not only give you clarity, but to transform your entire outlook on life. By the end of this video, you'll understand that the trials you're facing are not obstacles, but stepping stones to a greater purpose. Let's walk this path together and discover the incredible strength and wisdom that God has placed within you. The journey begins now, and the message you are about to hear could change your life forever. Secret 1: Trials are tests of faith. Let's begin with Abraham, one of the most profound examples of unwavering faith in the Bible. In Genesis 22, 1-19, we are told of the moment God asked Abraham to do the unthinkable, to sacrifice his only son, Isaac. Imagine the weight of that command. Isaac was not only Abraham's beloved son, but also the fulfillment of God's promise to make him the father of many nations. What must have gone through Abraham's mind? Confusion? Fear? Heartbreak? Yet, Abraham didn't question God's instruction. He didn't argue or hesitate. Instead, he prepared to obey, trusting that God had a purpose, even in what seemed incomprehensible. And in the critical moment, as Abraham raised the knife, God intervened. A ram appeared as a substitute for Isaac, and Abraham's faith was rewarded. What can we learn from this story? The challenges you face are not punishments from God. They are divine tests meant to strengthen your faith, just as Abraham's was tested. When you feel like life is demanding more than you can bear, remember that your obedience, trust, and perseverance are being shaped for something greater. Just as Abraham's faith paved the way for God's blessings, so too can your faith unlock the blessings waiting on the other side of your trials. Secret 2: You are not alone in your struggles. Next, let's look at Moses, a man tasked with one of the most daunting missions in history, leading the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt and into the Promised Land. One of the most iconic moments in Moses' journey comes in Exodus 14, as he stands before the Red Sea, with Pharaoh's army closing in behind. Can you imagine the fear among the Israelites? They cried out, questioning Moses' leadership and God's plan. But Moses stood firm in his faith, declaring, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." And then, the impossible happened. At God's command, Moses stretched out his hand, and the waters of the Red Sea parted, creating a path for the Israelites to cross to safety. This story is a powerful reminder that no matter how impossible the road ahead seems, you are never alone. God's presence is constant, even in your darkest moments. Like Moses, you may feel the weight of responsibility, fear, or doubt. But trust that God is walking beside you, making a way where there seems to be none. The Red Sea moment is not just a miraculous story from the past, it's a metaphor for your life. When you stand at the edge of your own Red Sea, with obstacles looming large and no clear way forward, remember Moses. Trust that God can part the seas of your struggles and lead you to safety. He is with you, fighting for you, and guiding you every step. Stay with us, because the next secrets will deepen your understanding of how these biblical lessons can transform your approach to life's challenges. You won't want to miss what's coming next. It could be the key to unlocking the strength and peace you've been searching for. Secret 3. Challenges prepare you for greater purpose. Let us dive deeper into the incredible story of Joseph, a man whose life seemed destined for ruin, yet was ultimately used by God for a purpose far beyond human imagination. In Genesis 37:50, we follow Joseph's journey, one that begins with betrayal and heartbreak. As a young man, Joseph was his father's favorite, adorned with a beautiful coat, symbolizing his special place in the family. But that favor sparked jealousy and hatred among his brothers, who sold him into slavery. Picture Joseph's anguish, torn from his family, stripped of his freedom, and sent to a foreign land. His dreams of greatness must have seemed shattered, but God had not abandoned Joseph. Even as a slave in Potiphar's house, Joseph's faith and integrity shone through, earning him favor. Just when it seemed his life might stabilize, he was falsely accused of a crime and thrown into prison. Imagine the weight of those years, forgotten, alone, and seemingly discarded by the world. Yet, God was preparing Joseph for a destiny he could never have envisioned. In prison, Joseph interpreted dreams as a gift given by God that would become the key to his breakthrough. When Pharaoh was troubled by dreams no one could interpret, Joseph was summoned. In an instant, God elevated him from prisoner to second in command of Egypt. This transformation wasn't just about Joseph. His wisdom and leadership saved a nation during a devastating famine. And, in a beautiful twist of redemption, Joseph was reunited with his family, choosing forgiveness over revenge. The lesson is profound. Every setback in your life is setting you up for a divine purpose. The betrayals, the losses, the delays, they are not random. Like Joseph, your struggles may feel overwhelming, but they are preparing you for something extraordinary. Trust that God is crafting a story far greater than you can see right now. Your pain has a purpose, and your trials are the foundation for the purpose God has chosen you to fulfill. Secret 4. Divine strength comes from surrender. Now, let's turn to the transformation of Saul into Paul, one of the most dramatic and awe-inspiring stories in the Bible. In Acts 1-19, we see Saul, a man consumed by anger and hatred, determined to destroy the early Christian movement. His mission was clear: persecute anyone who followed Jesus. Saul believed he was fulfilling a righteous cause, yet he was utterly blind to God's true purpose for his life. And then, on the road to Damascus, everything changed. A brilliant light surrounded him, and he fell to the ground as he heard the voice of Jesus. "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" At that moment, Saul's world was turned upside down. Stripped of his physical sight, he was left in complete vulnerability. For 3 days, Saul was blind, dependent on others, and alone with his thoughts. Until God sent Ananias to restore his sight and baptize him. When Saul surrendered, he unlocked a strength he never knew he possessed. He became Paul, a tireless apostle for Christ, spreading the gospel to the ends of the earth. Paul faced unimaginable hardships, beatings, imprisonment, shipwrecks, and rejection. Yet, his faith never wavered. How could a man who once persecuted Christians become one of their greatest champions? The answer lies in surrender. By letting go of his plans, his pride, and his control, Paul allowed God's power to flow through him, transforming his life and countless others. When you let go of control, you make room for God's power to guide you. Surrendering is not about giving up. It's about placing your trust in the one who knows the way forward, even when you can't see it. Like Paul, you may face moments when life strips away your sense of certainty. But it's in those moments of surrender that God's strength is revealed. Surrender is not a sign of weakness. It's the ultimate act of faith. It says, God, I trust you more than I trust myself. And in that act of trust, you'll find a strength that surpasses human understanding. A strength that empowers you to overcome, endure, and fulfill your divine purpose. Hold on, because the final secret will challenge and inspire you in ways you never imagined. Don't miss it. It just might change your life forever. Let's keep going. Secret 5. The power of hope and perseverance. Let us now turn to Job, a man whose story stands as one of the most profound examples of hope and perseverance in the Bible. In the book of Job, we are introduced to a man described as blameless and upright, fearing God and shunning evil. Job was blessed with wealth, a large family, and a respected place in his community. Yet, in a single dizzying, devastating series of events, Job lost everything: his children, his possessions, and even his health. Imagine the depth of his pain. Job, a man who had lived righteously, was suddenly thrust into a whirlwind of unimaginable suffering. His friends accused him of wrongdoing, suggesting his trials were a punishment for hidden sins. His wife, overcome with despair, urged him to curse God and give up. Yet, even as Job wrestled with his anguish and questioned why these tragedies had befallen him, he refused to abandon his faith. Job's perseverance was not born out of an absence of pain or confusion. He was deeply human in his grief, expressing his sorrow and crying out to God. But amidst the darkness, Job held on to hope. He believed that somehow God's justice and mercy would prevail. In Job 19:25, he declares, I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand upon the earth. This unwavering hope became the anchor that kept Job grounded through the storm. And in the end, God restored everything Job had lost, blessing him with twice as much as he had before. Job's story reminds us that perseverance is not about denying our struggles, but about trusting that God's plan is bigger than our pain. What can we take from Job's journey? Hope is the anchor that keeps you grounded through life's storms. When everything seems to be falling apart, hope is what gives you the strength to hold on, the courage to keep moving, and the faith to believe that restoration is possible. Job teaches us that perseverance in the face of adversity is not just an act of endurance. It is an act of faith in God's unchanging goodness. As we reflect on this final secret, I encourage you to consider where hope is anchoring you in your own life. What storms are you facing right now? What challenges seem insurmountable? Remember Job's story and the lesson it carries. Your trials are not the end of the story. God sees your struggles, and He plans to bring restoration and blessings in His perfect timing. Stay with us until the end, because the final takeaway could transform the way you see your challenges forever. It holds a mystery, a truth that might just change your perspective and give you the clarity and strength you've been searching for. Let's continue this journey together. As we come to this pivotal moment, I want to encourage you to take these powerful lessons to heart. The stories of Abraham, Moses, Joseph, Paul, and Job are not just historical accounts. They are living, breathing examples of how God's presence and purpose can transform lives. Even in the midst of the greatest challenges, these lessons were meant for you, and now is the time to apply them. Think about it. Your trials, your struggles, your doubts, they all have a purpose. They are not random or meaningless. They are a part of the beautiful, intricate plan God is unfolding in your life. So, take these lessons and live them. Walk with faith, even when the path ahead is uncertain. Trust in God's plan, even when it feels overwhelming. And make it a priority to study the Bible daily. Within those sacred pages lie the wisdom, strength, and clarity you need to face life's storms and step boldly into your purpose. Now, let's do something even greater together. Let's build a community rooted in faith, hope, and encouragement. Right here, right now. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What lessons spoke to your heart the most? Are there challenges in your life where these truths could help you find clarity and peace? Let's support each other, because none of us are walking this journey alone. If this video has touched your heart, don't just keep it to yourself. Take a moment to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Why? Because together, we can continue to uncover the truths that inspire, uplift, and strengthen us. And by subscribing, you're joining a community of people who, like you, are seeking to live with purpose and faith. But let's take it one step further. Think of someone in your life, a friend, a family member, maybe even someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Someone who might be struggling, searching for answers, or simply in need of encouragement. Share this message with them. You might be the reason they rediscover their faith. You might be the voice of hope they've been longing to hear. Your act of sharing is more than a gesture. It's a seed. And just like a seed, it has the potential to grow into something extraordinary in someone else's life. Together, we can create a ripple effect of hope, faith, and transformation that goes far beyond what we can see. Remember this: you're not alone. We are in this together, walking side by side, inspired by the same God who calls us to greater things. So let's step forward, not with fear, but with boldness and purpose, knowing that we are chosen for a divine calling. Let's grow together, encourage one another, and continue to seek the wisdom that will guide us through life's greatest challenges. The journey doesn't end here. It's only just beginning. As we reach the close of this journey together, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to you. Thank you for dedicating your precious time to this message. Your willingness to pause, reflect, and engage with these truths is a testament to your commitment to something greater, a desire to grow, to seek understanding, and to embrace your divine purpose. Your support means more than words can express. By being here, you are part of a community that values faith, strength, and perseverance. You've taken a step towards something profound, and that step is worth celebrating. Your presence here today isn't just about listening. It's about transformation, about saying yes to God's calling in your life. Let me also acknowledge your faith, your courage to confront life's challenges with hope, your openness to seeking God's wisdom, and your willingness to embrace the path He has set before you. That willingness to grow spiritually, to pursue the truth, and to live with purpose makes you truly extraordinary. Never underestimate the significance of what you're doing. By seeking, you're already answering the call of the divine. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. Your journey of faith is inspiring, and I'm honored to have walked this part of it with you. Together, we are building something powerful, an unshakable foundation of hope, strength, and purpose. Let's continue forward, trusting that God's plan is unfolding beautifully in each of our lives. As we come to the close of this journey, let us take a moment to reflect on the truths we have uncovered and the divine purpose behind them. The trials you face are not meaningless. They are tests of faith, just as Abraham's was. They are moments where God refines you, strengthens you, and draws you closer to Him. You are never alone. Remember Moses at the Red Sea, standing before what seemed impossible, yet God was with him, making a way where there was none. Just as He stood with Moses, He stood with you, walking beside you in every moment of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. Every challenge you face has a greater purpose. Like Joseph, who endured betrayal and hardship to save a nation, you too are being prepared for something far beyond what you can see today. Your struggles are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of God's greater plan for your life. When you surrender your fears, your pride, and your control to God, His strength will fill you. Like Paul, you will find that surrendering is not a loss, but a gain. It is the moment where divine strength flows through you, empowering you to rise above what seemed insurmountable. And finally, hope is your anchor. Like Job, who endured unimaginable suffering, yet held on to the truth that his Redeemer lives, you too can face the storms of life with hope in your heart. Hope is not passive. It is the foundation that keeps you grounded when everything else feels uncertain. All of these lessons point to one truth. You are chosen for a reason. Your life is not an accident, and your challenges are not random. God has called you, prepared you, and equipped you for a purpose that is uniquely yours. Embrace that purpose with courage, and let His word guide you through every step of your journey. As the Apostle Paul so powerfully declared, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Philippians 4:13. Let this be your reminder that no matter how difficult the road ahead may seem, you are never without the strength to endure. With Christ, there is nothing you cannot overcome. So, go forth with confidence, knowing that you are one of God's chosen ones. Trust in His plan. Hold on to His promises, and live each day with the knowledge that your life is part of something far greater than yourself. The path may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it because it leads to a life filled with purpose, transformation, and divine fulfillment. Thank you for walking this journey with me today. Know that you are not alone. Together, as a community, we can lift each other, share our faith, and move forward with unwavering hope. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are never without purpose. Keep moving forward in faith. Your story is just beginning.